were sitting in the living room talking to Mom, watching TV, and saying that we're really going to get a storm because it's so windy. And it's just windy all day.
I never got out here during the night. We got about 3/4 of the way out here, and we met a young man from out in this area, and he said, "Don't go out there." He said, "It's all gone." And I said, "What do you mean it's all gone?" He said, "It's all gone." Well, I said, "What about the church?" He said, "It's flat."
Just before 1 a.m., a tornado roared through town. 90% of the homes were destroyed. Nearly half the 500 residents were injured. 9 died.
I had to work early the next day, so I went to bed like about 9 o'clock. And it was starting, it was windy out then. And then Laura woke me up about 9:30 and said that there was a tornado watch out until, I think she said 11 or 12. So it's a big deal. We've had them before.
Michael was already in bed with us that night, and Matthew was in his bed, and both the boys shared a room. And Matt started crying and stuff because I don't know, apparently they've always been afraid of the thunder and lightning, especially in the middle of the night. So I went in and got Matthew and put him in our bed, and laid him down, and then I went to the bathroom, and we had a bathroom right off of our bedroom. And before I ever got done, I could hear the houses. And stuff crashing behind us. I ran out and told Charlie to grab Michael and go to the basement, that there was a tornado coming. And I've never been in a tornado before in my whole life.
There was the loudest crash of thunder that I'd ever heard. It was kind of strange because normally in a thunderstorm, you hear the wind blowing or you hear the rain hitting against the side of the house. And all of a sudden it was just dead quiet. It was the most sobering quiet that I had ever encountered. And then the next thing you know, there's a roar, and the roar didn't give you any time to react. I thought for sure that a jet plane was going to crash. There was a real peculiar kind of a pressure. The pressure was so great, it's almost like the house expanded and then almost came back together again. The next thing, I was knocked to the floor, and debris started flying. And of course, at that time, as soon as that happens, you think right away, tornado.
All I remember is like 2x4s snapping. Must have been as it was taking the houses behind us. Because I remember 2x4s snapping, just snapped like toothpicks, you know. You could hear 2x4s snapping and glass shattering. All I remember is running down, just running for my life is all I could do, and I couldn't, you know, I knew she wasn't right behind me with Matthew, and I didn't think I could turn back because I had Michael with me, and to go find him or we'd all be up there, you know. So we just ran down to the north wall, and Michael was kind of hanging around my neck, and I just kind of put him in front of me and put my elbows right up against the cement wall, and then it was over with in a few seconds. And
can you change the weather?
I hope you can't. The weather in Scotland is the same weather as in my country. It's from Germany, borderline to Belgium and Luxembourg. And it's the same weather as here. Only in other country it rains from 10 o'clock to 12, and you have 2 hours sunshine. And here it rains from 10 o'clock to 11. I have 2 hours sunshine.
So imagine that you have a wind which is coming from this direction down here, and a wind coming from this direction up here. The wind's coming much faster up here than down here. Imagine what would happen if you put a paddle wheel in the air. It would start to rotate like this. Strong wind here, weak wind here. It would begin to rotate. Now meteorologists call this measure of rotation vorticity.
When wind shear is present, rotation pervades the atmosphere, like countless rolling tubes of air. The growing thunderstorm tilts the spinning air upright, creating 2 vertical vortices, one on either side of it. The storm builds into the area of the counterclockwise or cyclonically spinning vortex.
Most of us in our normal lives are so sheltered from the weather.